I do actually want to make that center app. That needs to
Oh god,
that would be
that'd be so good.
We'll have to put it on the docket.
All right. Yeah, just make it so that it just sends it. Like, is there a way you can do the app so that it'll just send an email, like
To the Vatican.
or to the yeah, CC the Pope at hotmail.com and also send to wordrango at gmail.com.
I would think the Pope would use Angel Fire as like.
Yeah, that's
true. Welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter, 1 word leaves, and is crowned champion. Our steely nerved competitors: a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now it's gloves off and set your dictionaries to fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here's your host, Mike Suzak.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name is Mike Suzak. Every week we give you guys 4 words, definitions, our guesses on those definitions, and lots of knowledge. I'm really excited this week. I am joined, as always, by 3 convict type people, criminals, that each have their own prepared statements. The first of which is Bob Ball.
I have been accused of having a birthday, and it's a lie. A lie.
Dave Hinkle.
Master runs Bartertown.
And Ryan Lewis.
And with that knowledge, I went to bitch college and got a PhD in breaking hosts daily.
and it's a special week because it's Bob's birthday. Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday.
Woo! Insert horn here.
Insert copyrighted Beatles song here.
You're gonna carry that weight.
Yep, exactly.
And
Jude. Okay, sorry.
And man, I'm very excited for Bob. It's such a glorious week. What Bob didn't realize, however, is that we were prepared to celebrate it as Dave, Ryan, and I all picked words that are centered around Bob.
Yeah, Bob's the theme this week.
Of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
My
our
word
topic,
is penis face.
Celebrating Bob Ball's 26 years on this planet Earth. Yeah,
give or take,
it's fun.
Give or take, yeah.
give or take 26 years. Yes.
It really depends on the week. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there are some weeks where, you know, when Bob had that stretch a couple years back in Word Rango history, when he gave us a cock word every week, I was convinced he was about 14.
Yeah.
I'm going to say because he didn't have eyebrows.
Oh, yeah, there's that, too.
He's like a newborn baby.
He was like a newborn baby. He was very unmew.
Also, we met him in a high school detention room. That, too. But, yeah, no, happy birthday, Bob.
I've gone through a lot of changes on this show. A lot of good years.
A lot of hair growing.
In order to kick things off, we have to look back to last week. Last week, Ryan, you won with Gaupen.
Yeah, I did.
And that means that sorry, Bob, I know it's your birthday, but I'm still giving Ryan first word this week. Ryan, what is your word this week?
All right, well, my word this week is jejune.
What? Jejune?
Jejune.
Is that like that Beatles song? It's like, hey, Jejune.
It's like that movie with Johnny Depp, Benny and Jejune.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Or the month of the year.
Yeah, or Benny and the Jejune Jets. I don't know.
Bob, can you give me a guess as to how Jejune is spelled quick?
Hey, Jejune. Jejune is Jijune. Jejune.
Nope.
Is it
Jejune is
J-A-J-U-N-E?
Jejune.
You're spelling jejune and jajune. It's jejune.
Jejune is Jejune. Jejune.
Okay.
I'll give him the birthday cake.
The first thing that's coming to mind for me, there's a couple things. First off, I'm trying to think. We've had similar sounding words in the past.
Right.
What was that one word that had June in it?
Jumentus?
Jumentus, yes, Jumentus. That was a Dave Hinkle joint, I believe. It's hard to remember. We've done so many of these, but yeah.
I love that.
The Burton one.
Yeah, I love that we take ownership of these words. I think that's fantastic. My guess as to what jejune is, I don't believe you, Ryan. I think it is Jajune because I think what it is. I believe that Ja Rule was born in June. And so it's sort of like a month-long celebration of all things Ja Rule. You know,
Okay, I like that.
such
So
as
what kind of celebrations are we going to have during Jajun?
well, everybody is forced to talk like Ja Rule.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of have.
No, you have a lot of baby girls putting it on me. Like it's just people placing things on top of other people.
Yep.
It's like trapper keepers, pancakes, like whatever.
The way you look, the way you smile.
See, I just picture a lot of people just drinking juice.
Yep.
And,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Gin and
good, too.
juice.
Yeah. Practicing Judaism.
Okay.
Watching Judge Judy.
You're going to get a lot of that going on during Jejun. I mean, it's basically whatever Ja Rule is into. You know, you're really trying to make the world a better place for Ja Rule during his birthday month. It's a month-long celebration. I think, it's sort of like Ja Rule Awareness Month. You know, everybody, it's...
I just like that it's like a kind of a holiday where like you just, you find baby girls to put things on. Basically.
Yeah, that's the main...
Oh, wait, they need to be putting it on you. Hey, can you place that thing on me? Yeah, just put it right here on me. Thank you.
And so, yeah, there's really not much to jump off of there other than it's Ja Rule Awareness Month. We all need to remember him in June. Dave, what do you think Jejun means?
Okay. Actually, I think you're not fully pronouncing the word. It's not Jejun, like really quickly. It is June. And this is basically like, you know how like...
This is going to go south.
Yeah, this is great.
No,
This
it's
is
not.
fantastic.
It's really
already.
not. It's really
With
not
Yom
going to.
Kippur around the corner. This is where you're going.
So you have Chinese New Year, you
Okay.
have lousy smarch weather, and you also have June, which is kind of odd that they call it June because it actually begins at the end of May. I always found that odd, but I'm a studier of people and appreciator of cultures all around the world. So of course I extend myself and try and learn everything I can about our brothers and sisters of different faiths and cultures and things like that. So popular activities in June include potato sack races. They do that in the park. It's a big thing. There's making your own dreidels or any other object of Jewish fascination. So the family gets together and they kind of like make these arts and crafts stuff and like elbow macaroni
Blockbuster
stuff.
movies.
Yeah, blockbuster movies. Yes, that's how you end June. Basically, is you and the whole family go and watch Transformers in the theater together. Puts a really good period at the end of that sentence. So June is it's June just for the Jewish folk. It's their own personal, wonderful summertime month.
Can
happy
anybody
thing.
celebrate, or
Sure,
does everybody else have to skip June or something?
Well, it's not like in order for you to get into a movie theater during June that you have to like prick your finger with blood and they test your Jewish hemoglobin levels or whatever. Like it's not like that, I mean, anybody can celebrate. It's just if you're Jewish and you're born Jewish, then you're raised in that way, and it's kind of like a staple of every year.
There comes that Philly biology class.
Yeah.
You got January, you got June. They get all these holidays.
Here's a
What's the deal?
cheesesteak.
I love how your Philly impression is just like a New Yorker. It's basically Andrew Dice Clay. Like
East
every
Coast,
single
Are we
person.
wrong?
Really.
Guys.
You can stop us when we're wrong.
I
Okay.
mean, you're not fully wrong, but you're not fully right either. So
Well, at least we know how to say water.
Water.
Okay, so obviously, Dave, you and I both took the June part of Jejun a little harder on our guesses.
a little more literally. Yeah.
I'm curious what Bob thought. Bob, what do you think Jejun means?
Well, I love your all's definitions, but they're so far off base. A jejun is actually a term for a small noisemaker that is used at birthday parties.
My God.
It's a little handheld device. It's played, but you start blowing into it, and then through a series of valves and tubes, it kind of makes sounds that kind of sound like a strangled yak trying to talk to Liza Minnelli across a crowded room at Oscar night.
Okay, now for the record, Bob, what is that sound exactly? What's your best impersonation of that sound?
I'm not going to do it justice because I unfortunately left mine at the dry cleaner. Yeah, you got to have that stuff washed off.
Hey,
after you use it.
Liza! Liza, over here!
but
It's not Broadway play.
it starts off kind of strangled yak-like, almost like a Chewbacca, like a kind of.
Right. Very Chewbacca-esque.
But it has a finish more of like. But the thing I can't really vocalize is there's like a murmur of Oscar night in the background. Just like all the chit chat and the chatter and the who you are now, yeah.
Sounds like just like a harmonica that's been like just that you put on the red carpet and people just step on a ton, and then someone gets up and plays it.
It's like I took an Oscar and bashed it into a harmonica,
and that's what it produces.
And then Ellen took a selfie of it.
Nice.
I love that we're fitting. Like, okay, let's try and think of anything else that's been relevant this week, and let's just make sure we cram it into the show.
God, Russia and Ukraine, like, yeah, right?
It's like a Ukrainian harmonica that has been shoved into Russia, beaten with a hammer with an Oscar, and then someone took a selfie of it with, let's go Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Sure, good.
Jejune, you're welcome.
That's the SEO of podcasting. Ryan, what does jejune actually mean?
Well, jejune, happy birthday, Bob. It basically means naive, simplistic, and superficial. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's man, that's like really.
Are we not
Bob,
roasting Bob?
No.
Did I get this wrong?
Well, no, I don't think it's roasting so much as that's just eerily accurate.
Yeah, that's pretty darn.
Hey, it's starting to come back to me that you guys said these words were going to be about me this week. Hey. Thanks. You're the best.
I do like it. Naive, superficial. That sounds like our dear friend Bob Paul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it comes from early 17th century, which means the original sense was without food. Hence, not intellectually nourishing. I can go worse. Like, it also means you're a total dickhead and you're a total piece of shit.
So basically, Bob is like a bag of Funyuns. He's like fun. He cuts the inside of your mouth up. It's not exactly filling, but like there's nothing else around. So you're like, what the hell?
Well,
it's starting to come back to me. My wife loves Funyuns. Oh God,
I'm the Funyuns of human beings. No, like it came down to like I was looking for a word that meant man-child, but I couldn't find anything, and this was the closest one. And I also like how it sounds. I think it's freaking awesome.
Okay.
So no offense to you, Bob, but I think you're naive, simplistic, and
Oh, none taken?
Dave, let's get your word as it relates to Bob Ball.
Okay, my word this week is venal. Venal.
Venal.
Venal.
Venal with a V.
With the V. With the V as in Victor and venal.
Ryan, how do you think that's spelled?
Venal.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
Okay, all right.
He nailed it.
I should have known. That sounded about right.
V nailed it? Is that what you just said?
Yes. V nailed it.
Ryan, do you have a guess as to what venal means?
Well, I think it's a lot like venal, which means that like basically something coming through the veins, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, what this actually means is coming through the opening on a V-neck. So if something is venal, like your chest hair is very venal, right? Like it's coming through that V in your V-neck. Your Axe body spray is very venal. It's coming right through that V-neck, and I hear it, and I just want to rub my hands through your hair. And make
Like if you're hiding a cat in your shirt and it pops its head out.
Yeah, it's venal guy. Just
Smell that Axe body spray, crank up the Kid Rock, and like let's get something going.
Yeah. Pertaining to or coming from the V-neck.
Okay, I like it.
The V-hole.
I feel like, we say that it could be anything in that situation, but there's really not much that it applies to, right? I mean, there's
It depends on how deep the V is. I mean, you could have like maybe a secret bra strap just like kind of popping through there, and it's like, oh, I didn't know he liked to wear bras underneath his V-necks. Or it's like you could have like a kitten trying to climb its way up your chest hair and get out the V-neck. Like, I mean,
Why was that kitten even in my sweater? I've heard of sweater puppies, but come on. Where did these kittens come from? They're so adorable.
Or just like some like leftover food, like you just have some like sun chips popping out of there or something like that. Like maybe some like, I don't know, gummy worms or something. I don't know.
Perhaps some Funyuns, since happy birthday, Bob.
Fun.
Yep.
The Funyun of people. The people's Funyun.
The people's Funyun. He is. He really is.
Can you smell what the people's Funyun is cooking?
Venal. I mean, Bob, I want you to go next. I've got nothing yet. Bob, what do you think venal means?
This is venal is a proper noun. It's a cream for older folks. You know, I think I'll be getting my next tube tomorrow. It's a cream used inside of the mouth. It not only helps keep your dentures clean without taking them out of your mouth, but it also tastes like birthday cake. Now
Sounds amazing.
I think venal does have some side effects, and you know, it probably says like on the outside of the box that you will experience your most previous birthday in vivid detail.
Oh.
So I think it's made of like a toothpaste and some birthday cake and some peyote. You'll probably see the warnings on the outside of the box. I do not believe it's FDA approved.
Oh.
The first thing that came to mind as you said that just now, the tail end of that, is sort of like a sequel to Memento or something, where he has to remember his last birthday or something. I don't know.
Why is it a sequel? I feel like I think like a sequel to Memento is just like a black hole or something like that. Like, I don't know. Time just stops.
I guess. I don't know.
Did I just spoil Memento?
Maybe you did. I feel like I need to watch that movie again. It's been many years. But I'm trying to think of something to relate to this whole, you know, having to remember something and not having a recollection of your birthday. Because you got so fucked up. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I am going to say venal is... I'm thinking about Bob. And...
Me too.
You always do.
God, that guy is
You always
great.
lead that charge. I think that venal is... Okay. Hipsters love vinyl records. We get it. The thing is, though, is now everybody's like, oh, you get that on vinyl. It's not hipster enough. And I think Bob is the sort of person that likes to take that next step to elevate himself above the rest of the crowd. He doesn't want to be a follower, right? And we should all be like Bob in that regard. I think don't be a follower, be a leader. And the way to do that is to get into vinyl records, which is even more than just vinyl, but it's made out of like, a mixture of like gelatin and peyote. And
so horse hooves and peyote.
And Funyun dust.
Funyun dust. I just feel like venal would just be the hipster way to pronounce vinyl. Like, if you're just that level of hipster douchebag, it's just like, oh, did you get the new, like, swinging cats venal? Like whatever hipster band you're into. I don't know.
I think that's one way to look at it, but there's got to be something to it that makes record stores put the venal in a separate section from the vinyl. Or if you go into a record store and you say, yeah, I am looking for insert band name here on vinyl, they'll give you this serious look. Then they'll pull a record from the shelf that is actually a switch that opens up the shelf to a secret room in the back where they only sell the vinyl.
I'm asking for vinyl records everywhere I go.
That's such a good idea. And I think the main concept behind it is like basically when you listen to it, you automatically liked it before it was cool. It doesn't matter. Right. You could be listening to like the freaking One Direction vinyl and like you just go out there like, oh my God, I like these guys back when they were like semen. which wasn't too long ago.
So now, if we could get a box quote for this season of Word Rango, I'm pretty sure I like these guys back when they were seamen is going on it like that.
Yeah, they're in the Navy. What did you guys talking about?
Exactly that. Dave, can you tell us what venal actually means?
Sure. Venal is an adjective, and it is willing to do dishonest things in return for money. So there's also a full definition here, which is pretty good. It's capable of being bought or obtained for money or other valuable consideration, purchasable, especially open to corrupt influence and especially bribery. So if that isn't Bob Ball, I don't know who the hell Bob Ball is.
That's definitely Bob is ready to turn a trick for money in a freaking beat.
Yeah.
Hey, it's dawning on me that you guys are talking about me.
I mean, several occasions when I see Bob, he's always offering to sell me cheeseburgers or like tickets to concerts and like, CDs. And I'm like, who buys CDs anymore? I don't get it. And he's always like scratching his neck and just like,
listen, this stuff fell off the back of a truck.
So,
hey, Dave, I got third eye blind on venal. You wanna?
Talk about a semi-charmed kind of life.
Oh, hot stuff.
baby.
Oh, relevance. Where have you gone?
They still got it. Right?
I really wish we'd just step back from this ledge. we need to move into scenario territory. Man.
Scenario.
Is something jumping out at you guys about Bob that we need to...
What about Bob?
Perhaps we set this up by saying that we're at Bob's birthday party.
Okay, I like it.
We'll start with that.
Yay! Woo!
Yay, Bob.
Let's focus back on me again.
And
I like Funyuns.
And hey, Bob, we care about you. We each brought you a present, and it's time to open the presents. And Dave, I'd love to know what you brought Bob for his birthday this year.
Okay. Well, first of all, happy birthday, Bob. Here's the box. I know it's very heavy, but go ahead and why don't you go ahead and unwrap that there?
Ooh.
Always ready with the sound effects. I love it. So yeah, I know you've always wanted it, and I'm more than happy to oblige. I had a very good quarter. You now finally have your very own real doll.
Wait, what? What was that?
The real doll?
The real doll?
Roll doll?
Do you guys not know what the real dolls are?
No, Roald Dahl, James and the Giant Peach.
You guys don't know what real dolls are? Have you never seen like HBO?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, okay.
What?
James and the Giant Peach.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you talking about Roald Dahl?
No, not Roald Dahl. Real doll.
Man, is Dave, like, I really don't understand what Dave's saying right now.
I hate you so much.
I must admit, I thought you were messing with us too.
Talking about currency?
Is that spelled REALDAHL? It's a real Dal?
Yeah. It's the real Dalai Lama. I got you the real Dalai Lama. I put him in a box and I brought him to your house.
Wikipedia.
Wow, A, I can't believe you got me this, and B, you should have poked some holes in the box.
It's all right. He'll reincarnate in 20 minutes anyway. You don't got to worry about it.
Really?
Oh, good.
I feel like
Dalai Lama you can bone? Like,
It gives you a real inner peace that you can't get anywhere else, you know?
Just so that way everybody...
that real inner peace.
Just so that way everybody at home knows, Real Doll is, according to Wikipedia, a life-size sex doll. Also considered a mannequin.
So
and
like
the
pretty
figure
good
of the Dalai Lama.
It has a posable PVC skeleton with steel joints and silicone flesh.
Yes. Because that's the thing that people want. There was a documentary I saw on these things, and it was pretty hilarious because there's this guy in Texas who collects them, and he has like it's so weird because he has this like garage full of them, and they're hanging, and like some of them are missing like arms and like heads and stuff, and it's just really creepy to see these naked things. It's just like mutilated, essentially hanging from meat hooks in his garage. And here's the best part: he's married. Like, what wife is like, nah, it's cool, dude. You got a garage full of $6,000 friggin' real dolls. Like, I ain't even worried about it. I ain't tripping. I'm going to Walmart.
And the best part about that story is that this is an intervention, and Bob, you need to stop.
Right. Yeah.
But also, we're supporting your habits, which is why you have another real doll.
Yeah. This is the one for you to let go with, you know? This is the one that's going to wean you off.
So is this a brand new one so I can stop collecting these secondhand used sex dolls?
Yeah, well, yes. I'm not going to tell you how to check to see if it's brand new or not, but you might want to do that.
I like this real doll back when it was semen. I'm just saying.
Oh, jeez.
Ryan, I think it's time for Bob to open your present.
All right, Bob. Here it is. I think you'll really like it. Put a lot of thought into it. It's very timely because I know you're a big movie buff.
Ooh, I like moving pictures.
Go ahead and open it up. Yep, they were back ordered for a while, so I'm just gonna warn you. But they really only made a few of these, but these are 12 Years a Slave action figures. So, best picture. Now you can reenact it at your home. It's a terrible tale, but it doesn't have to be. You can pretend it wasn't. Okay, with these action figures.
Did you also get me the Deep South action playset?
I also got you a coloring book on the horrible racism that existed in our country not too long ago.
Oh, man. I keep thinking, like, he was going to open it up and it was just going to be Gravity. Like, not the movie Gravity, just literally gravity inside of a box.
Everything just falls.
Oh, God. Okay.
That is funny. That was funny.
All right. Well, I guess it's time for Bob to open my gift. Now, Bob, let me preface this by saying it's been kind of a tough year. I wanted to get you something meaningful, but I couldn't exactly break the bank. So why don't just go ahead and open it? Yeah,
that's a very small package.
That's basically.
That's what she said.
It's macaroni art. See, it says like "Happy Birthday, Bob." Well, that last B looks a bit like an R because the bottom two fell off. And yeah,
what the hell, dude? Like, I spent like $6,000 on mine. I can only imagine how much Ryan had to spend tracking down those action figures on eBay. And you like give him macaroni art? Like, what the hell, man?
It's not even craft. What the fuck? This is generic store brand macaroni art.
Yeah, and I kind of used. I didn't even use Elmer's glue. I used Rose art. I did what I could, man. Like, it's just like I said. It's life ain't being good right now. I gotta, But I thought, you know what? I'm not the one getting him some impersonal sex doll. I'm getting Bob something that came from my heart. She has
a name, thank you very much. Her name is Kuroko-san.
But at least my gift came from the heart / my pantry, okay?
It's true. And think how terrible it would have been for his heart if he had ate it. So, had eaten it.
Yeah, and see, Bob, I also got you lunch because you can just go ahead and just dust those off into a pot and just boil them up.
And just add some Funyuns sauce and you're ready to go.
There you go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Happy birthday, Bob. And
thanks, guys. You guys are the best.
And I think the best way to continue this celebration is to get another word. I'm going to go next. Bob, my word this week for you is unctuous.
Unctuous. Unctuous.
Bob, or Dave, I'd like for you to guess the spelling for this word.
Unctuous? UNCTUOUS.
Bingo! Wow, you just got 4,000 points.
Hey, man, the mouth doesn't work that great, but the ears, they are on point.
Well, you had to get both to work to get that.
Synergy.
Let's see, Dave, why don't you carry on? Do you have any guesses as to what unctuous means?
Okay, so we all know the old term, we now know it as Ankh, as an Ankh, which is that shape. It means like life and everything. But back in the day, they used to call it Ankh. So unctuous is basically somebody who has a perverted fascination with Ankhs. Like, they collect them. It's like those people who have those weird social, sexual relationships with Japanese body pillows. It's like everything to that person. An unctuous individual is somebody who lives and craves the constant company of Ankhs. And
Hey,
this has a general fascination with the Egyptian culture. What?
Would you say that they collect real Ankhs? They're
Yes.
fucking these things, right? Yeah.
It took me a bit to realize you were saying like Ankh, like is it ANKH or what is it again?
Yes, Ankh.
Okay.
What else would you call it? How would you say it?
That's how it is.
Ankh?
It's like a Cockney guy saying like honk your horn, like oh honk this horn, governor.
Yeah.
So if
on
it's
point.
unctuous, I mean there is a very sexy hole in an Ankh.
There's two of them, isn't there?
There's one at the top. It's sort of like a cross thing with the hole at the top for people at home that are
that's
trying to
true.
picture it, right? And I've always found that particular symbol, as far as cultures go, to be very not like mythological, but very like kind of revered. Like it's very like it's very like a special symbol, right? And
No, it's absolutely.
Stargatey.
so why wouldn't you have like a sort of pseudo-sexual relationship with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, that just makes sense to me. You know, as a culture that fears death, why wouldn't you embrace in every single way, like, the symbol of eternal life? Like, come on.
Right.
You know?
I feel
Bang your way to
Dave?
eternity, guys. Bang your way to eternity. What, Bob?
Dave, I don't want to die.
Well,
I don't want to die.
it's I could set you up with a plan for eternal life.
it starts with Indiana Jones and the Holy Grail. Or
Yeah.
the Last
Ooh, there's
Crusade.
the Holy Grail, man.
Sorry, that's the remix version with Jay-Z.
Yeah, it starts with basically renaming or legally changing your name to Anubis.
Sip
You
it from
got
the cup till it runneth over.
you got to buy a lot of Vaseline and basically prepared to have a really gross existence.
I do feel like the Ankh thing, being unctuous or unctuous, however you want to pronounce it, it is almost like a spin-off of Indiana Jones, right? Like Shia LaBeouf continues on as the
having
guy
sex
no
with
one
Ankhs.
wants in these movies, and he's searching for the sexiest Ankh in the world.
And I'm just like, Shia, screw the Ankh, dude. Go for the infinity symbol. 2 holes,
Oh,
Oh wow, okay.
that is
right?
true.
Yeah.
Infinite possibilities.
One for you and one for a friend.
Much better sell.
Share eternity with your bestie.
Only this show would talk about how to have sex with symbols.
Sure. Like an 8.
Oh, the ampersand.
Oh,
That one.
handle.
That one. Bob, let's move on and let's get your guess for unctuous.
Unctuous? Why are we pretending? Unctuous is the word you use for people who have nothing left to live for. The people who are at the end of their lives looking back at all the good things behind them. The obvious close of their lives. No more holidays, no more birthdays, no more sunshine kissing my bare buttocks as a cold February squall rips through the heartland. None of it.
Whoa.
Put some pants on, dude.
None of it. I'm sorry.
I think Bob's going to buy a motorcycle tomorrow.
I got a little off track there. Actually, unctuous is a word for a special smoking jacket that's only worn by mourners in mortuaries. It's very tasteful, yet still very sad.
Picture
Wait,
a very
so-
brooding man.
I guess they'll be fitting you guys for your unctuouses very soon.
So this is somebody who's just decided to hang around long after the funeral, or like they show up way early before the funeral and they're just like chilling around with the dead body. Like, who is this mourner that's just hanging around the mortuary? Like, I don't get it.
Well, it's a lovely occasion to celebrate someone's life.
Sounds like morning mort to me.
You
Mort.
Yeah.
the service is going to be about 3 p.m. and the mourners show up in the morning for their mourning, and they get their unctuous.
Well, for their morning.
Yes, it's very tasteful.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
Very mournful. Morning.
Well, thanks for
I think it's like red velour.
bringing this show down.
I know.
Ryan, I'd like your guess for unctuous and preferably a happy one.
Yeah.
I'll just crawl into the porch and get ready for death.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to preface this by saying I also don't want to die, but I'm so much younger than Bob. It's ridiculous. I think unctuous, it basically is a combination of 2 words, which is, sumptuous, which is very sexual, very appetizing, and punctual. So it's someone who's very sexually punctual. Like, like they're doing all the right things at all the right times. So they're just very unctuous. Like, there's this is someone who's probably practiced with copious amounts of real dolls, I'm guessing, if you're going to be that unctual.
Right.
When you're as unctuous and sumptuous and punctual together in the sack. So, yeah, it's just very skilled, very punctual lover, basically. Head lover.
That is...
Right? And Tiki Raps.
That's so important that you bring this up, because everybody, like, being premature is something that's obviously like frowned upon. It's an issue for some people and stuff, but no one really talks about the people that it's like, okay, when they have sex or when they go at it or whatever, they go on for way too long, and it's just unnecessary, and no one's having fun at the end,
Sting.
Yeah, Sting. I dream of rain. Allay, allay. Yeah, being unctuous should mean that you just... It's like the porridge from the Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's just right.
It's a sexual porridge.
It's a sexual porridge.
Hey, it's coming back around to me. You guys are talking about me this week.
Hey, the word travels around.
Bob Ball, sexual porridge.
Bob Ball, sexual porridge.
The human Funyun at the same time. Mix those two together. Figure that out.
What I really like, though, is when Bob is at a state fair, he keeps his sexual porridge in a little fanny pack in front of him.
Oh, no. Constantly sticking his hands in there. Ooh, this is nice.
Who wants me to be on time? Llamas, yaks, anyone? I've got hands covered in porridge.
The fact that you go to the animals first, I don't know. Unctuous. Let me give you guys the real definition. According to Sexy Merriam-Webster, it is used to describe someone who speaks and behaves in a way that is meant to seem friendly and polite, but that is unpleasant because it is obviously not sincere.
Wow, roasted.
Dude, cut right to the heart of Bob Ball. Wow. And I thought mine was good.
There are other things on here like full of unction, especially revealing or marked by a smug, ingratiating, and false earnestness or spirituality. So sometimes, there are people, like especially athletes, that say, oh, praise be to God. Like that's the first thing they say for every interview, for instance. And a lot of people find that to be insincere. That's being unctuous. So there's spiritual applications to it, but in general, it is someone that is seeming to be friendly and polite, but really they're obviously, it's unpleasant because that they don't mean it, which is the way Bob treats us every week. So
for starters, praise be to Anubis. And secondly, hey, it's coming back around to me. You guys are talking about me again. And I like it. I like that you're talking about me.
Bob Ball, sexual porridge, the people's Funyun.
Ankh molester. All around Ankh molester.
Ankh molester. We get it. We understand your game and how sincere you actually are. Now the real question I have, Bob, is what your word is to describe yourself. What is your word this week?
My word this week, and I will probably cut this part out because I didn't realize we were writing about me this week. My word this week is wingding.
Wingding?
Wingding.
Is it?
My word is wingding.
Okay.
Wangding? Wangding or wingding? Webding? Wangding.
Wing. No, you're saying it like Dave would say it. It's not wangding. It's wingding.
Bob, is there a drop-down menu hovering over your head that I can change it to like Courier New or like Times New Roman?
I'm just thinking like system font, like what do we got here? Webdings 3, Wingdings 2.
Is there a Helvetica or an Arial that I can switch it to?
You're gonna want that Helvetica New.
Oh yeah?
I don't know.
That's what all my emails are in.
I liked Helvetica old before it was new. But that's just me. I
because
like
you're such a venal hipster. That's why.
Wingding. So it's Wingding.
It is.
Okay, well that is definitely a typeface.
Right.
Ryan, do you have a guess as to what wingding means aside from that?
I mean, that's really what it is, but it came from basically when you'd be flying a plane, and you just run into like a flock of geese and get your wing dinged up, and you got yourself a wingding. And then it just basically, like, they'd make different shapes on the wing, One was like an envelope, one was a square, one was, like a circle, one was a fucking triangle. And then they basically invented the whole typeface by just beaks just hitting against plane wings, basically.
Right.
It's pretty amazing. They say, like, how many monkeys it will take to type Shakespeare kind of thing. Same deal, but with birds hitting plane wings.
How many birds will hit a plane wing to invent a typeface?
A sweet typeface that you can use for symbols.
That's like, what is that? What is it? Cryptography or something? What's the name of the...
Beaktography.
Beaktography, I think is...
Cryptozoology?
Right. Crypto-beaktology. Wingding. Okay, I like that because it acknowledges the fact that Bob got his word from Microsoft Word this week.
His word this week is Calibri.
I mean, it's like, did fucking Clippy give you that word, Bob? I want to know.
Period pro.
My word this week is Palatino. Arial bold.
Dave, what do you think wingding means?
All right, so check it. We've all seen The Predator, right? So you know how, like, when you're involved in a land conflict or land war or whatever, and you want to set up a defensive perimeter and kind of set up, and this is back in the day, mind you, not with modern kind of technology, but you want to set up a perimeter and some kind of, like, early detection warning. So you attach, like, little bells to, like, fishing line, and if somebody breaks, one of the lines, it'll ring a bell, and you know that somebody's trying to creep up on you. Now, back in the 40s when planes were first invented, we basically needed that same kind of system, but to warn us from very far away that planes were inbound. Like, hey, there might be some, like, planes trying to drop bombs, or, like, some guys are going to parachute down into our hot zone, I think it was called. It's a technical term.
Hot pocket.
Yeah, into our hot pockets.
Our hot pocket zone.
I'm very unctuous. I know where a hot pocket is.
Trying to get our hot pockets and our lean pockets. So basically, it's the same kind of system where it's like you set up a bunch of fishing line and little bells, and what'll happen is you'll hear a ding when a wing comes by. So it's a wing ding. It's a device that's used to let you know about planes that are encroaching on your airspace.
So what happens when the wind just blows the bells around?
Yeah, I feel like this is a flawed plan.
No, because these are like very rigid, sturdy bells. They're not like made of copper or aluminum or some light metal. This is like really heavy stuff like tungsten or magnesium or things like that. So like it's I mean, trust me, the scientists know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
The slower you say the metal, like the more complicated it sounds. Like
Dave, you remind me of one of those kids that's like dead set on catching a raccoon in a box. So you devise this shitty trap that you're convinced is going to work, and it's like the whole thing just like crumbles in your hands,
Mm-hmm.
This is like when like the little rascals got like attacked by the Soviets.
Yeah.
Or something like that at the very end of the movie. Like, how are we going to know they're coming, Jimmy? Well, me and Spanky have set up a bunch of levers and poles, and what's going to happen is those bells will ding, then I'll bring my dog, and Susie will come over, and then we'll throw some tomatoes at him.
Well, the joke's on you guys because my closet is full of raccoons, okay? I've caught so many raccoons. It's not even funny. It's like not even worth it for me anymore. It's so easy. That's old hat. This closet full of raccoons.
Out of curiosity, is it just full of raccoon skeletons at this point?
No, I feed them. I open it up every day and throw in a sleeve of saltines,
It's expensive.
A sleeve of saltines.
And super dangerous.
Yeah, but I mean, the one time that somebody decides they want to like try and steal my Xbox and break into my place, oh, dude, it's over. I just unleash the raccoons and
Unleash the coons.
unleash the coons.
I picture you opening up a closet door where you're like, get at them, and then like there's just some hungry raccoons that just they either dive out or you've left them in there too long and they're dead. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, they come flying out, and I also have a to go back to the what the hell, Little Rascals. I have like a little lever and pulley set up so that it'll hit a button on a boombox and it'll play Flight of the Valkyries while the raccoons come running out of the closet. And it's all. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm just waiting for the one time. It's a long bet. I've been waiting like 10 years for this to happen, but man, it's going to be so sweet.
Just make sure that on the outside of your closet door, you tape a sign or nail it into the door that says, "Hey, Burglars, my Xbox, my MacBook Pro, and a big stack of fatty cash is not inside this closet. ...
Yeah. I like it.
Okay, so we've gotten so far off track that I don't even know what you said for wingding anymore. It had something to do with setting up a little trap.
It's an early detection warning for airplanes.
In the 40s.
Right. In the 40s. In the 40s.
Before radar.
Yeah, before MASH.
Pre-MASH airplane detection.
Yeah, pre-MASH. The character that would... Also, I just want to go on a record and say the movie is way better than the show.
Oh, fucking big speech over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that wingding, I've been struggling with figuring out what wingding is. And I think, I think people that are that reach a certain age don't always talk about this, and it doesn't happen for everyone. But when you hit a certain birthday landmark, and I think it might be different for everyone too. Again, this is how it relates to Bob. You sprout basically between your shoulder blades. You sprout little wingdings, which are tiny, like the tiniest little wings that are starting to grow. And eventually you grow your own set of wings. But unfortunately, by the time we die, they're like 2 inches big. I mean, they're pointless. So a lot of people actually go in and just get them removed because we never live to see the day when we actually get our wings. Yeah, so that's just the kind of unfortunate truth of the world we live in. So wingdings are just the baby wings that start growing when you get, I don't know, about Bob's age. So
that's, wow, I mean, that's just kind of depressing because I feel like we're in like a world full of people and only some want to fly. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
In a sky full of people, only some want to fly? You gotta be kidding me.
Nope. Not giving it to him. Not giving it to him. Not giving it to him.
Okay.
In a world full of people, only some want fly. Uh-oh. The seal's back.
Bob, what does wingding actually mean aside from being a typeface?
Wingding is a noun originally used in 1944 as a wild, lively, or lavish party.
Yeah, see, we're gonna have a wingding, eh? And then we're gonna go over and see some girls, eh? Yeah, girls, see?
Highfalutin night store, eh?
Birthday party!
Head on down to that wingding. Should be a grand old time, yeah?
Wingding is actually the celebration that we hold at Coiffers every year for Bob's birthday.
Yeah.
The old wingding
Come
celebration.
on down to the Coiffers Wingding, yeah.
Party like it's 1929. I'm down. I like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'll be there, not just because I work there. I'm part owner. I'll be there because it's fun.
Not just because I have a vested interest. So this party makes money. Like, I just want to celebrate.
I'll be there because one of the hobos called in sick again.
Yeah. He chewed through his chain on
Damn
the radiator.
Donnie.
He got out.
So it's just a lively, lavish party then.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, all honesty, that's really interesting because obviously I do only know it as the weird character typeface that comes standard for a lot of computers and stuff. Like, I don't know, like, maybe that someone adopted that name because it is like, it's the party of fonts,
A party on your keyboard.
Right.
I just wonder if, Sock Hop was pissed that they didn't get their own font.
Probably, I would think.
Or Nanny.
That's probably one you can download from dafont.com.
Font Squirrel.
It's probably on there.
It's fucking ruckus
It's
party.
It's up in font space.
Oh my god, I just got a great idea for a website called World Star Flip Flop, where we just do like, have you seen those World Star hip hop like videos and stuff where people are just like fighting and going crazy? What if we did that, but like it was just flip flops?
Hey Dave, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I don't know why.
Have you been watching YouTube this whole time? I don't understand what's
Pretty
going
much.
on.
Anytime I'm quiet, it's because I'm watching World Star Hip Hop videos on mute.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Dave's word this week is non sequitur. Non sequitur.
Apparently. And speaking of which, we need to dive into our second scenario of the week. I want to turn to you first, Bob. I mean, Ryan, Dave, if you guys have any suggestions, that'd be great. But Bob, it being your birthday, I want to know if you have any suggestions on what we could discuss.
I can always cut this out later in post.
That means you're not. That usually means you're
I know.
not.
I love how you just say that. Like, just keep it in there. Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, let's do some show notes right now. What do you guys think? Well, I think at like minute 55 when you said that I was a human Funyun, I was a people's Funyun, that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
Well, how about Bob just got elected as the Secretary General of Birthdays for the United States government, and he's given his acceptance speech, but it's also his birthday, and he's really pissed because he'd rather be going and doing birthday things.
Having a wingding.
Yeah, having a wingding. He's mad because he's going to be late for the wingding.
And it's the 1940s.
That's the only thing that comes to the top of my head right now.
I think we can kind of bounce off of that. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Bob.
That's this huge crowd clapping.
See, I would like to thank all of you for nominating me and this great honor of being the Secretary General in charge of birthdays. On my birthday, that was very thoughtful of you, I say unctuously. So, what did you all get me for my birthday? As the Secretary General, I don't see a whole lot of presents or cake or anything up here on the dais. Greatly appreciated.
Janet, you commie pinko! You Truman socks! Women's suffrage!
You do understand I can't give women suffrage for their birthdays. It's not under my purview. I understand that in today's day and age, everyone wants women to vote, and they want jejune everywhere. I get it.
Shut up and sing the birthday song! Secretary General!
Yes, young man in the front.
Question here from the Daily Globe. What sort of laws do you hope to implement nationwide or on the state level as far as birthdays are concerned?
End prohibition! End it! Stop it!
For starters, Prohibition actually ended a few years back. I believe it was Abraham Lincoln that freed the rum from Lesser Canada. Yeah.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So, but thank you for that. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Truman sucks!
I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't hear what you were yelling in the back.
Vote for Reagan!
Vote for Reagan.
I believe he's an actor, sir. He's one of our finest Hollywood actors.
No blood for oil! Why are we in there?
I believe you, sir, may be some sort of evil time traveler.
This skit sucks!
So, unless we want to keep letting Bob out to die.
Yeah. Actually, let's keep doing that. Can we keep screaming at Bob just forever?
Thanks, Obama!
So, Bob, unless you're able to, make all that sound good in post.
I believe the top three things I'm going to have enacted as Secretary General of Birthdays is A, we are no longer going to do any of this crap on my birthday. No more weird meetings in some dark alley. No. You didn't even put any carpet on this dais. This is just a wood platform here. It's like I'm up here tap dancing for you or something. Number 2. The second thing on my list of things that we are going to enact with me as Secretary General of Birthdays is somebody is going to get me a damn present. Huh? I don't see anything up here. Number 3, the third thing I'm going to enact as Secretary General of Birthdays is, please someone say end scene anytime.
No, let's keep going. This is good. This is real hot. I want to hear this third thing. Come on. We're not leaving.
We've chained the door shut. Tell us this third thing.
We want birthday policies. We want birthday policies.
I just picture there's like a janitor like mopping up and shit. Bob just standing there just thinking. And he's got his party hat on. He's just like, there's a third thing I know.
So, Bob, I'm happy we were able to give you the gift of, like, you know, one of the worst skits we've ever done.
Public masturbation.
I just can't believe nobody asked him what he wished for when he blew out his candles.
The
That's
gift
what I would
There.
of death.
Thank you,
The
Dave.
Sweet release of
Speak
death.
up any fucking time. Bob, what did you wish for? There.
And the third thing I'm going to enact as Secretary General of Birthdays is one giant candle.
Just for everyone, or
wind.
like
How big are we talking?
Goodbye, Norma Green.
Is this like an Empire State Building candle?
About the size of Kansas.
Okay, what am I going to wish as I blow out my candles? One more year as we travel on this beautiful blue-green globe around the moon and through towards Jupiter.
That's a problem.
I think you mean drops of Jupiter. Just so you.
We have some strange seasons.
As we travel on this blue-green orb around train through the drops of Jupiter, I just want one more year of peace and love and friendship, something that we can share with all of our friends across the globe, especially those in Russia and the Ukraine who seemingly don't like each other very much.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Jesus, calm down.
Get it together.
Everybody just have a jejune and sit down. Of course, we all know jejunes are a little breakfast mint. Just sit down
Pretty refreshing.
and just sit down and be jejunous and unctuous. I feel like this is going nowhere.
Yep, it is. That's great.
Yep. I'm glad I had this opportunity on my birthday to die in a fire that was built by the three of you.
We
Here,
couldn't
here.
have given you a better
some sort
gift.
of crazed funeral pyre.
I do want to make sure everybody's aware that if you hold up two Funyuns next to each other, they look like a sexy infinity symbol. A delicious one.
Oh.
So there you go. That's an image that is going to carry you on past this waste of 15 minutes. So that's good.
Can I have sex with that?
Yes, you can. And
The double Funyun?
and I think what we can do that people will appreciate is getting into our escalator pitches quick. Ryan, you started off with jejune. Can you give us your escalator pitch, please?
Yeah, I don't think it's often that we come around a word that basically makes it sound that you've got a serious stutter, but is also playful and fun, and describes Bob to a T. It's a word it's very fun, it's cute, and it has a very negative meaning, but I feel at the same time it has a nice soft sound to kind of make that so that it washes down nice and smooth.
Also, Ja Rule. Ja Rule.
Baby girl, pour on.
Dave, venal.
I mean, I feel like you just said it, venal, right? Like
I did just say it. You're right.
You did
I
just
said
say it. You
venal.
just said my word, which
That's your pitch?
yeah, that instantly proves me winner. No, I mean, you guys know, like I tend to pick a very certain type of word. They're fun, interesting meanings, very easy to say, very punchy, you know? It's like venal. And venal's like the kind of word that would be fun to say with like different accents. Like if you're Russian, you'd be like venal. Or if you're like, I guess that's more Dracula than Russian, but you know, any kind of immigrant stereotypical accent that you want to apply to it, I feel like it'd be fun to say. And it's just, like I said, really punchy, and it describes Bob to a T. He is a venal son of a bitch.
You know what else is fun to say? Dance!
Gage! See, that's the quality I bring. And once again, I feel like I've met the bar or pushed it a little bit higher.
You think that, yes.
No, I know that with venal.
Me, next. Unctuous. Look, you know, I mean, we're teasing Bob this week. But
Roasting.
that doesn't mean...
Oh, is that what we're calling it?
But that doesn't mean that I was going to avoid bringing a word that actually applied to him. Unctuous. because Bob doesn't really like us. I mean, he definitely brings his charm every week because he believes in putting forth a quality product, and that's what you get out of Bob Ball. You get a quality product. Everybody notices that when it comes to the show's quality and the production standards that he has, and that also means that he does his best to pretend that he gets along with the three of us. That's unctuous Bob. That is...
you guys are the best.
That is the people's Funyun. That is whatever the other thing was that we came up with. And that's unctuous. That's my word this week. Bob, please give us your escalator pitch for Wingding.
I hope, Internet, that we have brought you the most wild, lavish, and just lively birthday party we could. This has been a real Wingding.
A real wingding, you see? Yeah. And as the Secretary General of birthdays, I say vote for Wingding. Wingdings, it's what for breakfast. And on your fonts.
And on your typey thing.
All right, good. All right, good. We need to get some votes going. And
in Bob's defense, they didn't have escalators back then.
yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah.
Back in my day, escalators were called stairs.
Fuck this show.
I think we broke Susan.
Did. I just don't even, I have no platforms to jump off of for any of this for the last, 25 minutes. No idea.
Because they didn't have escalators back
Yeah,
then? I don't
sure.
understand.
Ryan, I'd like for you to get started on the voting. You have to pick between venal, unctuous, and wingding.
Man, I'm going to go with my first word is going to be unctuous.
Unctuous?
Yeah.
What's your
Cool.
That's
Cool choice, bro.
I'm Mike Suzak. I'm a big wave surfer out of with kids.
Yeah, there are a lot of waves here. What's your second choice?
My second choice is maybe the first week that I am just... They're good, but they don't all have the Farouche quality that unctuous has.
I don't think it's our best week,
so
guys.
my second vote is going to be for unctuous. And don't even try to tell me I can't do that, because you've done that before and fucked me over.
I'm not. I will just put down an extra tally next to my word because I can.
It's a two for. Oh shit, that's true. That's a little self-serving, but okay.
I will go next then. I have to pick between jejune, venal, and wingding. My first choice is definitely wingding.
Yay!
It's a great font, and you don't. The best part about wingdings, you don't know what you're gonna get, right? Nobody knows there's no wingding keyboards out there, and if there is, someone please send me one.
Life is like a box of wingdings. You never know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
You never know what you're gonna square crown.
And I mean, the best part is that there's such a plethora of symbols that wingdings can produce, and it's an underrated. A lot of people are like, oh, why even use those? But you know what? There are a lot of opportunities that you need some of those symbols. For your shitty Comic Sans riddled flyers that you have to put up at work that remind people to not touch someone else's lunch in the fridge, and you want to maybe speckle that up and get people more excited by it. You need to use some wingdings on there. You put an envelope on there. You put a crown on there. I think wingdings is definitely our word of the week. It's just there's so many uses. It could be used more, and I'm happy that Bob brought it. So I'm gonna say wingding is my first choice, and my second one is gonna have to be venal.
Nice.
I think it's venal because hipsters with their vinyls, it's not enough. I think that one makes the most sense to me, so I'm going to go with that. Bob, you have to select next. You have to pick between jejune, venal, and unctuous.
You see, my word this week is going to be airplane pointing up, bomb smiley face.
Yeah, do they have bomb and wingdings? That's awesome.
You should check. There's a skull and crossbones,
I'm
too.
talking about Wingdings 2, Lost in New York.
Oh, I would watch the shit out of that. Just
I would
FYI.
watch that so much. Bob, what's your first word? Your first choice?
My first choice this week. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way. I do appreciate all of the words this week that were poking a little bit of fun at me, but I think my favorite really was wingding.
And you know what, Bob? I am going to allow it this week.
Oh, wow.
It is your birthday. If there was ever...
You're setting the precedent.
If there was ever an opportunity for me to allow you to vote for yourself, this is it. It's unfortunate that it's not your best word you've ever given us, but I'm doing it, and I don't care what the rest of you fuckers say. I'm putting down some points for wingding. Bob, what's your second choice, though, between jejune, venal, and unctuous?
Well, in that case, if it's my birthday...
Don't get greedy.
I will go ahead and...
Yeah, don't push it.
And I will pick a word that is obviously a fan favorite, and I will pick black cock.
Damn you, Bob.
It's getting like posthumous points.
I just like that. I like that Dave is sitting there thinking, God, I wonder what that means.
I don't like not knowing things in life.
I'm terrified to Google it. I can't.
Yeah.
I want to, but I can't.
Okay, I'll just put down one for black cock. Dave, you have to select between jejune, unctuous, and wingding.
Man, I kind of want to lean towards unctuous, but I feel like jejune is pretty solid, and so I'm going to go with that for number one.
All right.
And then wingding, I'm going to have to go with number two.
Wingding!
All right. And that means because of a change in the rules, a sudden change in the rules, at my discretion. Bob is our winner this week with wingding. Congratulations and happy birthday, Bob. Once again, copyrighted. And everybody, everybody at home, if you want to wish Bob a happy birthday and you want to type it in wingdings, preferably, Bob, where do they do that?
You could send your birthday wingding love to wordrango@gmail.com. You can also send lots of... I'm not sure how Twitter would quantify wingdings, but twitter.com/wordrango, facebook.com/wordrango. You can listen to us on Stitcher, on the iTunes. I want to thank all of our favorited peeps this week who gave us the loves on the Twitters, like Hare Coplin, Glibshark, Drunk Dorks, Andy Dicktel, that sports gamer at Roadblock, Sailor Tweak, You Say We Say, Vincent06. On the Facebook, I want to thank you if you're one of our devoted Rangoons, but folks, have a seat. Well, you're probably already seated, but have a seat again.
Stand up, sit back down.
have a second seat.
Yeah,
go to church.
Put a chair on top of your chair and sit on that chair.
It's my birthday, and it's a big one. I'm never going to be 25 again. In fact, I'm never going to be 30 again.
Keep going.
Keep going.
As we've illustrated today, I'm marching one foot in front of the other to the grave faster and faster every day. I could be dead next week.
Well, we all could, though. I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. To be honest, you're kind of dead to me right
I think
now.
it's so fucking special because it's like you're suddenly more closer to death. Like, no.
The odds are pretty slim.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations. You survived another year. Woo.
Oh, morbid.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That was a little mean. That was real mean. My bad. That was unnecessarily mean.
Lungy.
Remember to eat Funyuns at least once a day.
Why don't you go eat a Funyun, dead man? So what I want for my birthday is for you to spread the word. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the word is Word Rango. This week, I want you to sit someone down, maybe send an email, or in general, just have your bestiest friend go and sample wordrango.com. It's been updated so you can listen to an episode right from the page. It's something funny you can do for someone's funny bone. Just give their funny bone a hug from wordrango.com.
Funny bone them.
It may be the last thing that you ever do for me.
Oh, goddamn. Yeah, so let's just guilt trip everybody into thinking that they're...
Let's just end the show on a very, very sour, somber note. Yes.
Yeah. All you mourning mourners, be sure to spread the joy. And I mean, think of it this way, everybody. I mean, we don't have to... if you're listening to this show, we probably don't need to do anything to convince you to listen to it. We already got you, I mean... If we do, you're ours now.
And we have you. We can hold you in our hand.
Right. And it's like you belong to us, and we kind of want to own more people. And it's not easy. It's very difficult to get anybody to try a new podcast. It's very difficult to do that. And the best way to do it, the most success that you can find is by getting people to get on board with helping spread that spread that joy. And one of the ways to do it is through the iTunes reviews. Give us 5 stars in the ratings and leave us a review in Wingdings. And preferably, though, I mean, hit those social networks. Talk to a friend. I mean, if you know anybody that likes humor and they enjoy pretty good sounding words, which is, I don't know, at least 90% of the United States population, I'm willing to wager. Get them to listen in. I know that we have, I think it's bit.ly/trywordrango. Let me...
Interrobate?
Hashtag Interrobate.
And that is our Dear Melinda clip from a couple episodes ago. And, send people there if they want to get a taste. We're going to do more samples in the future. And yeah, like Bob said, wordrango.com has those... the shows right from the page. So if you're at work and you want to listen to an explicit word podcast, by all means, you can.
You know what I just realized before we end the show?
What?
I just realized this.
What?
Wingdings are emojis for corporate America.
Oh, shit.
That?
Yeah, that's like old 50-year-old man exec emoji.
That is like,
or
like CPA emoji, basically.
Wow, yeah.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Microsoft.
I really like that.
Wow.
Okay, well that's good. And that does it. That's our very non sequitur show this week. Thank you everybody for listening. Happy birthday, Bob. You are one of our favorites. We're happy to do this show with you every week. Even if you really don't care to do it with us. And that does it. Join us next week. We're gonna have 4 more words along with their definitions. This has been Word Rango. Word out. Word up.
Happy birthday, Bubble.
Thanks, guys. Did you all do this behind my back?
No?
Maybe.
Interrobate?
I have no idea which direction you were facing when Susan asked us to do it. So it's very possible, but who knows?
I imagine Bob reading his emails like face down on the carpet, just directly pressed up against an iPad. That's like how he reads everything. So technically it wasn't behind his back. It was jammed in his damn eyeballs. All right, can I stop recording?